It's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm, and last week I think it was, I was able to work on my round pen and get it fixed. The posts that I needed to fix were this one here and this one here, and then on the far end the same two. For both areas I have ropes to go across so that I can use it to keep the horses in, or if I'm not working with a horse, I open it up and don't have to worry about somebody getting in here and not being able to get out. Now, out of these 4 posts, 3 of them I had to take completely out. The 2 down that end, they were basically coming out on their own. And of course it meant I had to dig the holes out to get them in straight. The problem is, I had started with these 2 up here. When I went to put the one in down there, I could not get the ropes on it. It was just too far away, but I hadn't done anything with this one except for straighten it up. And the ropes here were really loose, so I knew that when they were rubbing up against it, they apparently moved it completely out of position. And it was up higher than it should have been. So I had to come down here, had to dig out next to it, got the post out, got it in where it belonged, got it as deep as it belonged, and tamped the dirt down around it. Now, what I did find, because I've never had anything that really works well, I'm thinking this might be a grounding rod. 4-foot grounding rod. It's tapered on that end, which makes me think that's what it is. But I tell you, this worked really well. It worked better than anything that I've had out here. I know they sell things. I've seen them in Harbor Freight. They're 6 foot long, and those suckers weigh a ton. I have a friend that has something similar, but it's only, 4 or 5 foot, and I can use that one. There's no way I would have been able to use the ones from Harbor Freight, but this worked well. And what I did do, we got over 1 inch of rain. I came out here and I tamped the dirt down again. I'm leaving these up for now, and I will be putting more dirt around, and every time it rains I'm going to be tamping the dirt around it. Of course, the other pole that I had to fix was the one over here in the corner. Now this one was a bugger. Of course, first thing I did was unplug the electric and take the electric down. And then I just went on the other side and I tried just digging next to it, just straighten it up. And I wasn't having much luck. So what I eventually ended up having to do was, all the boards were screwed in from the outside. I had to take the screws out. I still couldn't get it straightened up, and that's when I realized that I also had put staples in to keep this fence in place. And I had a terrible time getting the staples out because they were in at an angle, and finally ended up, the one spot at the fence was already broke. I was able to get it over the staple there. The one down the bottom, there was just no way I could get to it. I finally ended up having to cut the wire. And once that was done, it wasn't that hard to get it straightened up. Of course, tamped the dirt down around it the best I could. I'm just going to be tying this back in place. I haven't done it yet. Fun thing was getting the boards back in place. The top 2 here slid right in, no problem. The bottom one is warped, and it was not easy, but I was able to get it in. Now the one that I haven't been able to get in is the bottom one over here. Unfortunately, it needs to be tapped on from this end, or at least held up or something. I can't be in both places at one time, and this is one field, this is another field. So what I need to do is, when somebody's here, is I need to have them come in this field, or possibly even in my field. I don't know if it would work or not, but to help me get this board in. I am really really hoping that I don't have to do any more fence work while I'm out here. I don't want to do any more fencing until I move and get my own place. So, but that's it from me. I hope it's pleasant where you are. Hope you've been getting the rain you need and not too much. And I will talk at you later.